Clint Eastwood. He finally addressed what he was thinking.
And he was in a mood at that time. He says, I don't want to do any more violent pictures. I'm tired of it. I've been involved with a lot of them. He says, I'm really tired of it. And I said, I know exactly where you're coming from, but read it again because I think we can make a great statement against violence.
Clint Eastwood's recent declaration that he harbors animosity toward 5 of his industry peers reverberated like the crack of a revolver echoing through a silent canyon. The announcement burst onto the cultural landscape without warning, shattering the calm veneer of celebrity civility and forcing a reevaluation of the boundaries between personal opinion and public persona. In an industry built upon alliances and polished facades, the image of this silver-haired icon naming 5 figures he cannot abide introduced an element of unpredictability that few could have imagined. The event was neither promotional stunt nor casual remark. It carried the gravitas of a statement made by someone whose word has long been treated as gospel. From the moment the names were dropped, the entertainment world found itself grappling with the deeper questions raised by this unprecedented airing of grievances, and the implications stretched far beyond gossip columns into the very heart of Hollywood's power structures and cultural currents. Before we start, smash the like and subscribe buttons for more updates. At its core, the incident underscored the weight of celebrity influence in shaping public discourse. When an actor turned director of Eastwood's stature expresses disdain, the ripples extend outward, touching fans, collaborators, and even the companies that bankroll major productions. The notion that a single voice, particularly one so storied, could cast aspersions on other luminaries highlighted the precariousness of reputation in the modern era. As social media algorithms surged with reactions and counter-reactions, it became clear that even long-standing respectability offers no shield against the volatility of personal expression. This revelation forced studios and publicists to confront a stark reality. Alliances can fracture at any moment, and no amount of brand management can fully insulate an artist from the fallout of unfiltered opinion. Beyond the immediate industry shockwaves, the declaration prompted a broader discussion about the evolving nature of celebrity relationships. Hollywood has always been a realm of shifting alliances, where loyalties wax and wane according to the tides of success and favor. Yet rarely has a figure so emblematic of traditional star power so openly exposed grudges. In doing so, Eastwood challenged the unwritten code of public courtesy that governs star interactions. His decision to break ranks with that code suggested a refusal to conform to the expectations of polished diplomacy, and in that refusal lay a powerful commentary on authenticity. Fans and critics alike were forced to reconsider the extent to which the personas they idolize are constructed for consumption, and whether those personas will withstand moments of genuine conflict. At the same time, the event cast new light on the dynamic between generational titans and their younger counterparts. Eastwood's career spans decades, and his perspective carries the weight of a bygone era when cinematic icons wielded considerable autonomy. His blunt admission of contempt for specific contemporaries served as a reminder of the shifting balance of power in Hollywood. Younger stars, accustomed to cultivating a spotless public image and navigating social media valuations of their brand, suddenly faced the prospect of falling under the shadow of a cinematic patriarch's disapproval. The incident invited speculation about the enduring influence of elder figures in an industry that often prizes novelty and youth. It also sparked debate over whether generational divides within the creative community are healthy tensions that foster innovation, or latent fault lines that stifle collaboration. On a cultural level, the revelation dovetailed with broader conversations about the nature of outrage and the boundaries of acceptable speech. In an age of heightened sensitivity, the mere act of naming and shaming can carry serious consequences, from canceled projects to diminished public support. Yet Eastwood's reputation for defying convention lent a unique context to his statement. Observers pondered whether his status as an icon insulated him from the repercussions that lesser-known figures might face for similar candor. This question touched on issues of privilege, power, and accountability, illustrating how the same act, speaking disparagingly of peers, can be interpreted in dramatically different ways depending on the speaker's standing. In this light, the event became a microcosm of the larger debate over who gets to speak freely and whose words are policed by social and professional consequences. The practical ramifications for professional collaborations also came into focus. Directors planned projects years in advance, assembling casts that promised both artistic merit and box office appeal. The revelation that Eastwood disapproved of certain celebrities potentially disrupted casting dynamics, as producers and financiers weighed the risk of alienating a heavyweight. Even if none of the 5 named actors were slated for imminent projects, the mere knowledge of discord introduced an element of uncertainty. Would these individuals now be unwelcome in Eastwood's long-anticipated Western revival? Would studios hesitate to pair him with any of the named names, fearing discord on set? Such questions spoke to the intricate web of relationships and negotiations that underpin every major production, revealing how a single statement can reverberate through boardrooms as surely as through social feeds. In parallel, the episode served as a case study in the modern art of reputation management. Publicists found themselves issuing clarifications, positioning clients to either distance themselves from the controversy or, conversely, to embrace a potential friendship with Eastwood as a badge of honor. Talent agencies pivoted, reminding executives that personal loyalties can evolve and that today's enemy might be tomorrow's collaborator. The contingency plans crafted in the wake of the announcement provided a window into an industry perpetually on the brink of reinvention, where alliances are forged as much in response to personal sentiment as to strategic interests. It was a vivid reminder that in Hollywood, personal feelings and business decisions are often entwined beyond separation. The intersection of authenticity and performance art also emerged as a critical theme. Actors perform roles on screen, but they also perform the role of themselves in public life. When one of the most emblematic veterans of the business steps out of character to deliver scathing judgments, the audience is compelled to reconcile the image of the actor with the reality of the man. This tension underscored the porous barrier between public and private personas and raised questions about the expectations placed on celebrities to maintain a consistent brand. If speaking one's mind risks professional fallout, then authenticity becomes a luxury. Yet authenticity also carries credibility, and Eastwood's declaration gained weight precisely because it appeared unvarnished. The event illuminated the paradox of celebrity authenticity. It is both coveted by audiences and feared by the entertainers tasked with managing its consequences. Media coverage of the event further amplified its resonance. Major entertainment outlets dedicated pages to the story, dissecting motives, analyzing relationships, and crafting narratives of rivalry. Talk shows replayed clips and invited pundits to speculate on the underpinnings of Eastwood's animus. Even tabloids, typically preoccupied with scandals of a different nature, couldn't resist framing the story as a conflict of titans. This saturation coverage highlighted the symbiotic relationship between celebrity statements and media cycles, where one fuels the other in an unending loop. The more fervent the reporting, the more power the statement wielded, illustrating how modern media dynamics can transform a personal grievance into a cultural flashpoint. Amid the spectacle, fans found themselves divided. Some lauded Eastwood's willingness to speak his mind, viewing him as a bastion of honesty in a world of spin. Others decried what they saw as unseemly bitterness from a figure who, at his age and stature, should transcend petty detractions. Online forums and comment sections became battlegrounds of loyalty, with supporters and detractors trading barbs. The schism revealed the deep investment audiences place in their favorite figures, and how easily that investment can turn to schadenfreude or disillusionment when trust is perceived to be broken. In that sense, the event offered a revealing portrait of fandom in the digital age: fervent, unforgiving, and ever ready to cast heroes down from their pedestals. Equally intriguing was the legal calculus underlying any potential repercussions. Contracts often include morality clauses, and reputational risk is a constant concern for studios and sponsors. Although Eastwood's comments did not constitute defamation, they did create an environment in which industry players had to consider whether to invoke contractual provisions or recalibrate endorsements. Brands closely aligned with either Eastwood or the named celebrities conducted risk assessments, pondering whether association with one side would alienate consumers on the other. This aspect of the fallout underscored the commercial stakes embedded in celebrity expressions, where a single utterance can trigger clauses and leverage in multi-million-dollar agreements, transforming personal opinion into corporate liability. From an artistic perspective, the event rekindled interest in the creative contributions of both Eastwood and the 5 celebrities he disparaged. Retrospectives and marathons of his classic films surged in popularity as fans revisited the body of work that underpins his authority. Similarly, acceleration in streaming ratings for the projects of the named individuals suggested that viewers were consuming their art through the lens of controversy, seeking context, or simply indulging curiosity. This phenomenon demonstrated the complex interplay between scandal and art consumption. Negativity can drive engagement just as effectively as praise. In this way, the incident provided an unorthodox yet potent engine for renewing interest in cinematic catalogs, reminding stakeholders that controversy often sells. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. Also, leave your comments below and tell us. What are your thoughts on Clint Eastwood's list? Who do you think he named? We want to hear from you. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.